Umang Nahata, he's the CEO at Mastech. Umang, great to speak with you this morning on NDTV Profit, and thank you for your time. I'm sure you, like all of us, listened very, very carefully to what POTUS was saying, what President of the United States was saying consistently. And I think one of the things that caught my eye is that while signing orders and speaking to reporters, he says, I'm not against legal immigration. We need people. Does that give you some relief?
Yeah, it does, but we've still to watch and see. Last time when Trump came to power, the immigration rejection rates really skyrocketed from 4.5%. It went up to more than 15%. So I think we are expecting that there will be a little more strictness on the immigration side. Having said that, the business also is gradually again tilting towards more offshore. A lot of GCCs coming in, which are the global competency centers, which are based in offshore. A lot of AI-driven work is coming in, which also reduces the amount of skilled people. So it's a bit of a balance, but we're watching it with caution. There could be a reduction in people moving from India to US, which will also mean I think any which we're looking at it, hiring local US teams is also a part of the strategy that we're looking at. So it's with a little bit of caution that I'm looking at it right now.
Fair enough. And it should be a fair amount of caution. Just help me understand that for you, what are the kind of revenues which come in from the US, and if you have to localize talent, what is that impact on margins, for example?
So currently, approximately 110, which is around 25-30% of our business comes out of North America. So it's a pretty balanced, although our ambitions are to definitely grow it phenomenally to 50% and more. And we have a decent on-site team already. So we have a pretty heavy on-site offshore or pretty balanced on-site offshore model with our US business. So I don't see a severe challenge for our business right now in terms of the on-site offshore mix and the people that we need. Having said that, as we grow forward, I mean, the adoption of technology, especially AI, in terms of delivering activities and delivering work, will decide the amount of on-site resources or more local hiring that one has to do. So I'm putting the two on the balance between adoption of AI as well as the offshoring of work to decide how much impact will it have on local hiring.
Okay, Umang, hi. Just wanted to know what you think about the business that is going to emerge from the US based on everything that you're seeing, right? And perhaps also clue us in on the conversations that you've had with clients on how they're spending. Were they maybe holding on to their purse strings and saying, we'll see how things go, which way the winds will blow, and maybe then in the fourth quarter you can anticipate some more spending?
Yeah, I think we are looking at it quite optimistically here. So there are three important aspects to the whole thing, right? One, clearly, President Trump has been a pro-economy, pro-business kind of a leader in his previous stint also. So we're expecting some healthy macro environment with interest rate adjustments, tax cuts on the corporate and things like that, which will allow more discrete spend, and any discrete spend really is very healthy from an IT industry point of view. So that's one overall macro trend that I'm thinking that will really help the whole position. The second is very clearly with the amount of technocrats, supporting Elon Musk very much in the government, and a lot of business leaders in and around the president's government and his advisory council. I think a lot of IT innovation spend that is especially around AI, especially around new tech that is happening, will get a lot of promotion, a lot of policies which will be balancing the regulations to allow more spend on tech is also expected. So given the two together, our clients are really looking forward to having increase in their discretionary spend. Although right now I would still say there was a little wait and watch, but I think as we go forward into Q4, it should turn into a much more positive year ahead.
Sorry.
So just a quick follow-up to that then. I'm just wondering what kind of spending do you anticipate will take place initially? And do you expect that in the new year that will change? Because already over the last year, Umang, and I'm talking about FY25, there have been very large strides that have been made particularly over the last couple of years in generative AI, in the way that people are doing business. They're incorporating a lot more into their regular activities. So from your perspective as well, will your mix also change?
Yeah, I think generative AI as a wave will phenomenally change the IT services industry. I mean, what we have seen is still, not even the tip of the iceberg yet in terms of the amount of change that it is going to drive. So all the work that we execute, a lot of, especially coding or documentations or testing, a lot of other stuff, a significant portion of it is already automated. And that changes the mix in terms of the way we execute our business. So a lot of balance has to be done in terms of the kind of resource pool that we have and their awareness of using these tools and technologies to deliver. So the expected rate of delivery will definitely change phenomenally. So that's one change that we are anticipating. The second change that is going to come up is the kind of solutions the client have. So if you look at the traditional model where we were looking at a lot of business logic built in between the UI and the database, a lot of that business logic will now go away and will be replaced by agents who will be taking care of that business logic, which will require an upgrade of software. So an initial space, it will be the initial wave will be AI engineering wave, where you will have a lot of AI engineering work required to, develop or rebuild the applications that the clients have with AI agents embedded in it. And then as we go forward, it will be more about, really building more SLMs and much more data driven as we, take it forward from there.
Okay, just some new orders. I mean, Donald Trump is on a signing spree. This is just updates from the last hour. He signed an executive order to change name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. He signed an executive order on the death penalty, directing all necessary and lawful actions so that states have enough lethal injection drugs to carry out executions. He signed an executive order requiring that within 60 days, there should be an end to all DEI government programs, that's diversity and inclusion programs. So a whole host of stuff happening. Nothing on tariffs so far, Umang. I'm just trying to understand, in all of the things that Trump could do, what would be the best case scenario and the worst case scenario for an Indian IT company like you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of unexpected or, it's a little unprecedented, right? And the kind of change, the general feeling is a little, you don't know what to expect. So things are changing so fast, and a lot of, quick decisions, and then maybe little adjustments going forward with them and things like that. And many of these were things that were developing over the years, right? For example, DEI or environment or many of these areas have been very strong human issues that the society in general has been really vouting for, whereas President Trump has really taken a contrary view to many of those. So it's an interesting scenario in terms of where things are. A lot of unprecedented things may happen. My guess in terms of what could be the best case scenario for us as Indian IT services is where we look at good opening up of economy with the macros factor really running well, a lot of discrete spend coming back into the picture, and good healthy adoption of technology for driving the kind of goals that we really have to drive in terms of delivering value to our end businesses, especially using AI and a lot of other new tech that is really coming up. So that's the best possible case scenario. The worst case scenario would be we get into a geopolitical turmoil. And once you get into a geopolitical turmoil, then a lot of uncertainty creeps in. Everybody starts holding back discretionary spend. People want to be cautioned about
Saying the reverse, Umang. He's saying the reverse. He's saying Putin wants to talk to me, Zelensky wants to talk to me. There's a ceasefire before I've taken office. So then does the reverse work?
Yeah, but on the same breath is talking about expanding his the land that US has, asking Canada to join US, asking the Greenland should be acquired by him. So there is stands that he makes, right? And therefore, like I said, these are two extremes. The positive side, yes, we all hope that it continues to be peaceful and the economy does well, and we'll all be. That's the best case scenario. And I'm just talking about the worst case scenario. I'm really hoping that we don't go there. But it's a degree of uncertainty that at least I look at it with a
Uncertainty,
degree
I
of.
agree. Uncertainty, I agree, and that's I think what we're seeing in the markets today as well. Umang, thank you so much for coming in and this excellent conversation on what the world of Trump for the next 4 years means for IT companies specifically from an Indian perspective. But meanwhile, that's the talk of the town all the way in Davos as well. Listen in to some of the commentary coming in.